let's look at what we can do next here. I feel like maybe it's time for some cleanup right now. So this group here, it should be named something. Spine follicles group maybe. Also another thing we don't have in this rig, it's very important thing, is we don't have a global control. So let's maybe make one for now. You can just use this circle controller. Yeah, let's do that. Make it bigger. Could be something like this. Global controller, extra attributes on it, width, name it global controller. I'm not sure if this is going to work now because I scaled it, but you could in fact, yeah, it's not going to work. But if you make like a circle from, actually if you just make a circle like this here, create curve tool circle. There's a circle there. You can then have something like linear. You can, make it different cool shapes if you like that. You can also change the look. You can either than that. You can also change the sweep if you want. Open it up. But in this case, I think I'm very happy with what I got here. This looks great. Again, line width 2. Rigging tool, make it like that. Global control. Right? And then obviously with this one, you want to make sure there's no scale and then space it and can put all those other controls inside. Now the feet also should go inside there. So we had those feet controllers. We should dump them inside the global. So now when we move it, we can move the whole thing. And you see this joint stays behind. I don't like that. Select this control and this joint, constrain parent. But actually, that's not something I want to do because, and I know this because I've done it so many times, it's good to have your skeleton grouped and have it living in like a skeleton group. And then what you want to do, you're going to grab this global control and constrain that group. And that helps because also when you want to do scaling, right now you're going to get this issue. But if you scale constrain your group with your joints inside, it's going to fix it for you to some degree. Whereas if you scale constrain or pair parent constrain this directly, it's not gonna because it depends on how your joints are set up. But in this case, you see what I mean? It's not fixing it. So what you want to do is always group your skeleton and parent constrain and scale constrain that group to a global control. And that way you can get the scaling. Also, I feel like this whole orientation thing right now is irrelevant. So I'm just going to select the whole hierarchy, display, transform display, disable local rotation axis so I don't see it anymore. And so that's starting to shape up, looking a little bit better. We might want to organize stuff here because this is a little bit messy. I would probably delete that plane right now. We don't need it. This is a spine thing. This is a spine thing. This is all the spine thing. I'd say group it and name it spine system group. Global control, I'll group it and name it controls group. IKs, I'll group them together and say IK group. And Minotaur basic, I'll group it and say geometry group. Now all those things, I'll group it again and say Minotaur group or Minotaur rig or something. I like to name it a rig because then it's like we know what it is. That way you have just one folder if you want to. Now all those things, the IKs, the spine system, I'll group it again and I say do not touch. Do not touch group. With the skeleton, I kind of have it on a layer, so I don't need to put it there. But this stuff, I can always just hide it and not see it, especially like the inside stuff, like the systems. And then what I can do on this group, I can go Control A, display outliner color, use it and make it red. And then that way they will not touch it for you if you hide it like that. So everything is really nicely organized right now, and the rig is shaping up. The next thing we have to do here is basically rig that arm. Hey guys, welcome back. Today I've got something special for all you rigging and game dev enthusiasts out there. If you've ever wanted to master quadruped rigging from scratch, then I've got the perfect course for you. My quadruped rigging course is designed to take you from zero experience to creating fully rigged animated creature. No prior knowledge needed. We'll go through everything. Building the skeleton, skinning, creating controls, and setting up advanced rig systems. By the end of the course, you'll be able to animate your creature integrated in Unreal Engine 5, bringing your game projects to life. The course is available on my website at Cornica3D and also on Patreon. Become a member, support my work, and get access to this course and a lot more. Trust me, you won't regret it. Next thing we have to do here is basically rig that arm. And I think we're gonna, after that, we're gonna look into the potentially the skinning, the tail, and any polish we have. But that's pretty much over almost. So let's do the arm in this tutorial. So I'm just gonna do one arm and then mirror it across. So here I'm just gonna use this. This is really good for clavicles. I like it. And this control, I'm not gonna respect that bone orientation. I'm just gonna zero it out. And what I'm gonna do here is grab the F8, grab that shape, rotate it. Ooh, so with rotation you actually can switch to rotate object center, and then it's gonna rotate from the pivot. Same with scaling, in fact. If you go to scaling right now, it's scaling from center, but hold R and left click, scale object center. Same with rotate object center, hold E and left click. See, and that changes how it behaves. So we can do something like this, and then I'm just gonna maybe rotate that whole control 45 degrees here. So now my clavicle controller is like that, and I can make it blue because it's an FK. So here I'm just gonna name it left clavicle control, and space it, and then I just have to keep going with the other joints. So I can select all this. And here, if I make those circles, they're gonna come out like this for some reason, because this tool makes them like that. But I feel like it'll be better if they were made along the joints. So Comet tool does a good job here. You actually have circle X. And if I just scale them now, you will see how all of them are perfectly orientated with your joints. You do that. And so this could be left arm control. Then you can copy left elbow control and left hand control, right? And then you can make them blue as well because it's a FK. Space all those controllers and constrain the joints. Because it's a simple FK here we need, nothing too crazy. And what you want is put them inside each other like that. And then that goes under clavicle. So now you have your whole arm system working. Now obviously we have deformation problems here, which we can fix with this twister here. That's going to be another tutorial. The clavicle skinning is no good. This looks correct. This seems to work. This also needs a twister here. Other than that, we can rig the fingers. The fingers are going to be pretty simple. I'm going to select them all. Select hierarchy, and I'm just going to make some finger controllers here. Shape circle X. Now, with all of them selected, I can just go ahead and press F8 and scale them like this. And I don't need the last ones. The last ones are kind of there too. Not really something that I want to animate. So the thumb needs to be a little bit bigger. The joint placement here is not perfect, but I can live with that for this mobile project. Otherwise, we'll have to tweak it. Okay, basically, what you want to make sure is that those controllers are easily selectable by your animators. There you go. So you want to make sure that nothing is hidden or buried in the geo, because that's going to be annoying for everyone. And if you... There you go. So that's fine. That joint, I don't like how it's placed, honestly. It could probably be a little bit in. But I think we can work with it. Maybe move this control a little. And that will probably work. Alright, so we should name all them. So this is going to be thumb left, thumb control 01 control. Let's just name it like that. And then that one will be 02. And then we have to go and just name them like index 01. This is going to be 02. Then we have the middle. Right, so this is a little bit tedious, unfortunately, but with fingers it's always tedious. Then we have ring. Copy the name, and then pinky. And we're almost wrapped up here. Let me just finish up. So now what we're going to do is we're going to grab all of them and space them. And then we want to just put the 2 inside the 1, like that. You know, like this. And for every single one of them, like that, right? And so now what we can do is put them all inside the hand controller. So to select that, press P and just do that, and there you go. And then, you know, the easiest part when we have to go and parent constrain all the joints. And so like I actually wrote a tool that can do this where like it finds the closest objects to constrain and does it, and that's sometimes really useful. So I'm going to show you how to do that. But for now, let's just have a constraint like this. And so that should all work now. So here we have the left arm. Now let's mirror it across. So to mirror this across, a fun trick. If you just duplicate this, Control D, open it all up, you can do comment rename left to right. And then, oh look, sometimes when you duplicate it explodes like this. So you gotta, unfortunately, do it again. I don't understand why this happens, but it does happen. And now, comment rename left to right. And now all you have to do is just move it over here, snap it to this joint with V, and then if you just do -1 in X, everything got mirrored. And now all you have to do is just go ahead and constrain things. And you're gonna have mirror behavior there for free because of the negative scale. Some people don't like it, but I think it's perfect for what we need here. And then yeah, um, constraining everything. So I'm just pressing G right now, selecting the control, the joint, and G. And it's not the worst. Okay, so here we go. So let's see what happens when you grab both of them. Go to object mode and then rotate. See, there you go. And then we also have this. So it's all mirrored and nice. Now make sure they follow the chest. So grab the clavicles, rename that. Grab the chest and press P. And now you have yourself a nice rigged arms. Now we'll need to add the twisters. And we will need to tweak skinning. And we'll need to add the tail. And then we can just, wrap this up. See you in the next one, guys. Thanks.
Okay guys, thanks for watching that tutorial. I hope you liked it. If so, make sure to subscribe. Also, I have been working on my passion project, which is this RPG game, turn-based, kind of like Heroes of Might and Magic or Age of Wonders. Just have a look, and if you're interested in sponsoring it, make sure to help me out on my Patreon. In return, you're gonna get free tutorials, free art, and a chance to contribute. See you in the next one.